Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Former Bloodline star, Sikoa, has been on a roll with his MFD faction lately. The faction has been dominating the entire SmackDown roster, and with his victory against Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match at SummerSlam 2025, things are expected to get much better in the next few weeks. Sikoa has undoubtedly given a new twist to the entire Bloodline story. While Roman Reigns was the tribal chief of the faction, Sikoa proved to be the MVP of the storyline, having a massive role in every phase. The United States champion was interviewed by WrestleZone recently, where he was asked about the developments he found in himself with the massive story. The Street Champion stated that he had learned a lot from Roman Reigns and the Usos, and then gave credit to the OTC by calling him the learning tree. "I think just being able to sit under the learning tree of Roman and my brothers. A lot of people thought I was just standing there, like not listening. Little did they know, I'm over there listening, and taking it all in. So when it became my time to take the ball and run with it, I started my own bloodline and it took off. So everything that I learned from my brothers and Roman, I've used my training from them to take me to that next level. I think that is one of the most positive things I took from it," Sikoa stated. H/D Wrestle Zone. Sikoa shared a massive update on the Bloodline story. The Bloodline saga has turned out to be one of the most dominant and intriguing storylines that the fans have witnessed over the fans, but some members of the WWE universe think that it has ended. However, during the same interview, when asked about the future of the Bloodline story now that the MFDs are involved, the US champion stated that the story was still in the third inning and that the faction was just getting started. "I think it's just keep the fans guessing. Everybody thought the Bloodline story was done. Me and Roman fought, and they thought it was done, but we were just getting started. I'm not even done yet, I'm not close to being done. I don't know if anyone remembers Paul Heyman saying it's still the third inning. It's the third inning. I mean, to me it is. There's still plenty more to come. I still think that means for both sides too, with Heyman and Roman and what they got going on, and us too. For Paul to say that, he's not even here and we're not on the same team, but it's the third inning. We're just getting started," he added. H/D Wrestle Zone. Time will tell what WWE has in store for the stars next. The lights inside the WWE SmackDown arena dimmed, the crowd's chants growing into a rumbling wave of anticipation. It had been weeks since Sikoa stepped into the ring to address the WWE Universe directly, and there was an undeniable electricity in the air. The Bloodline had been at the center of turmoil ever since Roman Reigns went on his sudden hiatus following SummerSlam, leaving questions swirling about the group's direction. Tonight, the youngest Uso was ready to speak. Solo stood in the ring, microphone in hand, his signature stoic expression never wavering. But there was something different in his eyes, something between pride and pressure. He took a deep breath before finally speaking. "When I came to WWE, I didn't know how deep this business really ran. I didn't know how heavy the crown felt until I stood under the learning tree of the tribal chief." The crowd responded with a mix of cheers and boos, some chanting Roman's name, others jeering at the Bloodline's dominance over the past 3 years. Solo's gaze scanned the audience, unfazed by the split reaction. "Roman Reigns didn't just give me a spot in the Bloodline, he gave me purpose. Every move I make now, every decision I take, I remember what he taught me. Respect the family, protect the family, and keep the Bloodline on top. But that's easier said than done when the world's coming for your head." Since Roman's absence, the group had faced relentless attacks. Jey Uso had distanced himself completely, Jimmy Uso was walking a fine line between loyalty and rebellion, and Jacob Fatu's shocking first loss had raised questions about the Bloodline's invincibility. The once unshakable dynasty was now a target for everyone in the locker room. Solo paused, then leaned on the ropes, looking directly into the camera. "People think the Bloodline's weaker without Roman. They think the sharks are circling. But I promise you this, we're not done. Not even close. Roman planted the seeds, and I'm making sure they grow." The crowd erupted again, sensing that this wasn't just a tribute, it was a declaration of leadership. Backstage, the reality of the learning tree. After his in-ring promo, Solo sat down with Kayla Braxton in a backstage interview for an exclusive follow-up. Here, he allowed himself to drop the guarded tone, revealing a more personal side to the story. "When I first came in, I thought I knew it all. I'd been in the ring for years, but Roman showed me I was still in the shallow end. He taught me patience, how to see 2 steps ahead, How to control the pace of not just the match, but the story around it. Kayla asked him if Roman's absence had left a void. Solo didn't hesitate. It's not a void, it's a challenge. Roman's not here to hold our hands. That's the point of the learning tree. He gave us the tools, now it's on us to use them. If the bloodline falls apart now, that's on me. And I'm not letting that happen. The bloodline update, new alliances, old wounds. When pressed about the current state of the group, Solo gave a rare, honest breakdown. Jim Uso, Jimmy's my brother. But he's reckless right now. He's fighting battles that don't need to be fought, just to prove something. I get it, but we gotta think bigger. Jacob Fatu, Jacob's a monster. His loss was a shock, but even monsters get caught. That just means he's going to come back hungrier, meaner. Potential new members, Roman always said the family's bigger than the ones you see on TV. There are cousins, there are warriors out there who haven't even been introduced yet. If I have to bring them in, I will. His words hinted at the possibility of new bloodline recruits, something that instantly set social media on fire. Wrestling Twitter exploded with speculation. Would we see Zilla Font to debut? Could Solo bring in an outside powerhouse to serve as the new enforcer? The weight of leadership. Solo admitted that being in Roman's shadow wasn't easy, especially now that he had to step out from under it. It's not just about winning matches. It's about carrying the family name. Every mistake I make now. It's not just Solo Sikoa who takes the hit, it's the bloodline. It's our grandparents' name. It's our culture. That's why I can't fail. He also revealed that Roman had been keeping in touch privately, sending voice notes after big matches and occasionally offering advice, but making it clear that he wouldn't interfere in public. He told me, "You can't be tribal chief if you're waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Either lead, or step aside." The next battle. With SmackDown's main event scene heating up, Solo made it clear that his focus wasn't just survival, it was dominance. He issued a warning to anyone who thought the bloodline was vulnerable. "You can line up all your champions, your challengers, your legends, I'm knocking them all down. And when Roman comes back, he's not coming back to a broken empire. He's coming back to a kingdom that's even stronger." The crowd reaction was mixed again, half thrilled at the thought of the bloodline regaining its former glory, half desperate to see them finally fall. But that was the beauty of the bloodline's story, whether you cheered or booed, you couldn't look away. Final words from Solo. As the interview wrapped, Solo left Kayla with one last thought. "People say I'm not ready to be tribal chief. Maybe they're right. But every day, I'm learning. And if Roman Reigns is the learning tree, then trust me, I'm still growing." With that, he walked away, leaving the camera to focus on the determined set of his jaw. Fan reaction. Within minutes of the segment airing, hashtags like #LearningTree and #BloodlineForever trended worldwide. Some fans praised Solo for stepping up, while others called his confidence misplaced without Roman physically present. Still, it was clear that the bloodline story was far from over, and Solo Sikoa was no longer just the quiet enforcer in the background. If you want, I can also create a follow-up scenario where Solo actually recruits a shocking new member into the bloodline to prove his leadership, something that could tie directly into Roman's eventual return.